host the 10th annual Team America Rocketry Show. I want to thank you all so much for coming. This day has been incredible for all of our industry folks, and I hope it wasn't for you as well. I want to take a moment to thank a few people. First off, I want to thank all of our sponsors. You saw them along the fence line tonight, and we have some of them represented up here on stage with me. They make this possible. They fund it. They're the reason why you guys had lunch today, that you have dinner tonight, and the reason that you can have this beautiful facility to fly a rocket. So let's hear it for some aerospace companies. We've been doing this for 10 years now, and we couldn't do it without some really fantastic people, both at the Aerospace Industries Association and the National Association of Rocketry. So if you see anybody in a TARC polo or in a NAR polo after this, please make sure you stop and thank them. But let's give it up for them right now for all the huge range crew. I want to thank John Hockheimer, Trip Barber, and Don Fox. Without them, this would never ever happen. And so, can we hear a round of applause for them, please? And without further ado, I would like to introduce Trip Barber, the president of the National Association of Rocketry. He has been at the helm of TARC and flying rockets out here with us for 10 years. Trip Barber, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you. Well, thank you all for flying rockets today with the National Association of Rocketry. We're really proud of this program, and we're particularly grateful to the Aerospace Industries Association and all of the member companies who support this, that lets us work with you and fly rockets in an organized event like this with prizes such as you'll see. We couldn't do it without that kind of strong support from AIA and industry. We are truly grateful for that opportunity. It lets us do what we love to do, which is pay forward to the next generation all the passion and skills that we learned as young people sitting in seats like yours for this hobby and for aerospace in general. Without the kind of support that they demonstrate, we couldn't have done this, and we truly appreciate it. We have a national network of mentors who help you across the United States. Over 500 NAR members all across America help you when you're out at your local schools practicing for this, help teach you rocket skills. And then 110 of them were here today wearing shirts like this as part of the range crew. They're all volunteers. They all came on their own travel expense. They did it because of you, because they believe in you, and they want you to have the same enthusiasm and skills for rocketry in the future that we acquired when we were growing up, when we were your age. 22 of those 110 people from the NAR have been here all 10 years. I'd like to extend a special thank you to those 22 key volunteers who have made this happen. So, thank you very much for flying with the NAR. It's been our pleasure and privilege to run a safe rocket range for you today. We are the oldest and largest rocketry organization in the world. This is what we do. We love rockets, and we like flying them with you. So thank you for giving us that opportunity. I hope you had fun today.
Thank you, Chip. I'm sure many of our teams will be back next year to see you again. Who's coming back?
Yeah.
That's what I like to hear. We're going to get right into it now. We're going to get some of the prizes out of here. Today, in addition to our rocketry competition, we also have presentation competition, a rocket building competition, and then our fun award. We're going to start off with our rocket building competition. If this team could please come forward when I call you. For best craftsmanship, we have Gilmer County High School, team number 13588 out of Glendale, West Virginia.
They're eating buckets. They're eating barbecue, right?
Coming up there by yourself.
Congratulations.
For creativity, We have Seabrook Intermediate Magnet Program Team 4. 13129 Seabrook, Texas. Seabrook Intermediate Magnet School, come on down, Team 4. Team 4. And it looks like we have the rocket on display. Maybe with some dinosaurs going on. Now on to our fun awards. For the best rocket craftsmanship in the overall competition, we have Casey Middle School, team number 13332 out of East Amherst, New York. Congratulations, Casey Middle School.
Yeah, that's like that group that we met going to do.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't surprise you.
Next up, we have our best dressed team. It's Albuquerque ACTSO. Team number 1312G from Albuquerque, New Mexico. And we have a pirate theme going on. For overall mission design for today's competition, Goshen High School, team number 13417 out of Goshen, New York. Oh, excuse me, Goshen, Indiana. And we have actually a TARC program that wins for Team Spirit of TARC Award. The Elena L. Christian Junior High School teams 1 and 2, coming all the way from St. Croix in the U.S. Virgin Islands. You guys traveled this far, I know you can make it down here.
It's a common
And that's why they win the Spirit of TARC Award. They're still here. competition, I'm going to announce third, second, and first place. Third and second place, we'll need to see Dr. Cochran down here in the corner of the corral for your prizes. Third place is Williamson County 4-H from Georgetown, Texas. Can we hear a big round of applause for them, please? In second place, we have Greenwood Middle and High School from Millerstown, Pennsylvania. And if the first place team would please come to the stage, we have Gurin Catholic High School from Noblesville, Indiana. Congratulations to all our winners. It's truly part of this experience here at TARC. Without further ado, I would like to introduce the CEO of the Aerospace Industries Association, Ms. Miriam Blakey.
Thank you, Ann. I'll tell you, it doesn't get any better for a 10th anniversary of TARC than a day like today with winners like you guys. This is really exciting. Now, I'm often asked, why is it that aerospace and defense companies are in something like the Team America Rocketry Challenge? And I'll tell you straight up, we want to recruit you. We want you all to come into our companies, into our industry, because we believe we're doing some of the most exciting work out there, both for our national security and because we're economic underpinnings of our economy these days. Now, sometime I get asked, okay, well, what's exciting? What are the new things? What's coming? I mention a lot, but I'll tell you two things, and you'll see how this loops back in a minute. One of them is the work that's going on with unmanned aviation systems, unmanned aerial systems, as they're sometimes called, or drones. Yes, sirree. John Langford, right up here on the ladder. John, here we go. Aurora Flight Sciences. And it is exciting because everyone from Aurora to folks like Northrop Grumman, you all have heard of the Global Hawk. When you think about it being up there in the skies at 60,000 feet, you often think, well, they're up there for Iraq, Afghanistan. Yeah, but they're also up there for Haiti. They're up there for Japan. When natural disasters happen in Indonesia, that kind of surveillance is absolutely invaluable. So keep in mind, there's a lot of cutting-edge work there. Another area is space. All of you who love seeing these rockets go up have to love what's coming in space. And I don't just mean the traditional programs you know. We're getting ready to see private astronauts, private citizens like you and me, going up into space. So think what you could do in companies that are doing that. Now, I could keep mentioning lots of things, but I'm just telling you, it's a really, really exciting horizon out there. So take us up on it. I also want to thank, of course, a number of the people here, and we have lots of important folks here that really are making a difference in the world of aviation and aeronautics. One in particular I'd like to single out, though, because she is our top aviation safety official, the head of safety at the Federal Aviation Administration, Peggy Gilligan, right out here on the rail. Peggy, thank you for being here. Now, there are lots and lots of member companies I'd like to thank, but two in particular I just have to single out. Raytheon. You all can see Raytheon's work everywhere. And John, a shout out to you all because you're doing marvelous work with TARC. That scholarship money, those money envelopes that you're seeing, thank folks from Lockheed Martin as well, because they are supporting this program in a way that really does help a lot of kids get on to college and make a real difference. So I want to thank them as well. And there's always the support we get from NASA and the Department of Defense. And on that note, let me introduce our next speaker, because it's the Honorable Zach Lemnios. Zach is the Assistant Secretary of Defense for research and engineering. And this means that he's the man with the crystal ball. He knows what kinds of investments DoD needs to make to take us on into the next decade and beyond. So with that, let me hand the mic to Zach.
You know, this is my second time here, and each year it gets better. And I want to do two things today. I want to first of all talk to the parents and the mentors, and then I want to talk to you guys for a minute. Those parents and those mentors that help the teams put rockets, you guys are doing God's work. You are helping the next generation of engineers. You're inspiring them. You're helping them to understand what it means to work as a team. Not everything works the way it's designed to work. You guys will tell me that, I'm sure. But through perseverance and through your dedication in your schools, in your clubs, with the mentorship that you provided, you're really training the next tier of engineers that this nation needs. So I want to thank, and you guys ought to thank your mentors. Let's give them a round of applause for just a minute. Okay, now for the kids. Now for you guys. Mentors, you can go to sleep for a minute. The kids, I want to spend just a minute with you. This is an important time to be studying science and engineering. And everything you demonstrated today, all the work that went into this weekend, and all the work that follows, is just a small slice of what's in front of you. You're all learning something. You're all learning what it means to operate as a team, what it means to resolve differences when you do a design, what it means to come to an event like this and see success, and what it means to re-engineer things as you go along. And that's remarkable. And there's a future out there that you heard. The teams, the companies that are sponsoring this event, they're all looking for engineers. They're looking for talent. The Department of Defense, my business, we're looking for talent. And we need your ideas. And we need you guys to go to school and get a solid education, to work hard, and to use your skills in whatever way that you can use them to kind of help move things along. And I'll give you two examples. A few weeks ago, how many of you guys saw Discovery fly in over Washington, D.C.? How many took a picture of it? How many put it on a website? How many sort of shared it with a friend? Pretty cool. Pretty cool to see the shuttle overfly Washington. Imagine what that's going to look like 20 years from now, what technology we're going to see 20, 30 years from now. There are things that you guys are going to be part of that you can't even imagine. UAVs were something in somebody's dream 30 years ago, 20 years ago, that today we use day in, day out. Someday those will interoperate with regular planes, and it's going to take engineers like you guys to help make that happen. How many of you guys are juniors or seniors? How many out there are juniors or seniors? For you guys that are going to college, and you all should think about this, for you guys that are going to college, take a look at the Department of Defense SMART program. It gives $25,000 to students per year to go to a college education in exchange for work in our defense laboratories. So we will give you a year of scholarship in exchange for a year of work in our defense laboratories. That's a remarkable opportunity. You get to work with the best and the brightest scientists and engineers in the world. How many of you girls are going to go into science and engineering as a career path? Good on you. How many, do we have any all-girl teams? Terrific. Absolutely terrific. Leaders. Absolute leaders. So when you guys look at your college future, think about working in engineering. Think about the department's scholarship program. Think about opening that sky and creating things 10, 20, 30 years from now that your children and your children's children will look at and will say, you know, I was part of that. This field is a remarkable field, but it's just the start of something that you're all part of. And I want to congratulate you for a terrific weekend and all your accomplishments to get here and all the fun that you had this weekend. You're going to take back remarkable memories, and you're going to build a future that we're all looking forward to. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Zach. And now I'm going to call on someone who is, I'm proud to say, on the executive committee of the Aerospace Industries Association. He's the chairman, president, and CEO of one of America's great corporations, Kaman Corporation. Now, Neil Keating, I have to brag on in one respect as well, because in addition to the fact that Kaman makes parts and components that are on much of what's up there, most of the aircraft that are flying around, he also has something called the K-MAX. The K-MAX, in this unmanned world we're talking about, flies cargo into Afghanistan. And we're talking about hundreds of thousands of pounds without risk to people, because the K-MAX is an unmanned helicopter. So with that, let me turn the mic to Neil Keating.
Thank you very much, Nina. It's a tremendous pleasure to be here today. I can't imagine 10 years ago when people had the insight and foresight to initiate the Team America Rocketry Challenge that we could have ever imagined that we would see the talent that's in front of us, the teamwork that's in front of us, and the kind of entertainment that you provided today. Now, you guys probably think 25 is old, okay? I'm 56, and I had a lot of wows and pools today. What you guys did was absolutely extraordinary. I have a unique opportunity today to represent a number of the aerospace companies here today, the great companies that sponsor this event, like Lockheed Martin, Raytheon, and also Kaman Corporation. And I wanted to share with you two things about Kaman Corporation. The first is that our founder, Charlie Kaman, started in something very similar. In his day, it wasn't rockets like you experiment with and learn about, but for him it was gliders. And with balsa wood and fabric, he actually set the U.S. endurance record for a hand-powered glider. And it was because of the experimentation that he went through, what he learned through it, and how he applied that throughout his career and in our company, that he really made our aerospace company as big as we are today and as successful as we are today. But Zach brought up something very important, and that is that actually we had a co-founder in our company. And in fact, Helen Sylvander was unique in the early 1950s in that she had a dual degree in aeronautical engineering and art. And when you look at the very first engineering drawings for our company, you'll see Helen's signature in the signature block. When you look at the lab experiments and the logbooks, you'll see Helen's signature. And also, when you see what we think is a famous picture of a helicopter on a national green, you might notice that the pilot is Helen Sylvander. She later became known as Mrs. Kaman, but she was an extraordinary force at the very birth of our company, and something that we're very proud of and I think is extraordinarily appropriate today when you look at the number of females that we have that are going to enter, hopefully, into this engineering, science, technology, and mathematics areas, because that really is what's going to drive this company, this country in the future. And finally, today is about you guys. You know, you've really applied yourselves to learn the fundamentals of physics, mathematics, and aerodynamics so that you can accomplish what you have. And each of you that made it here was extraordinarily successful. Over almost 700 teams started this journey, and you are the 100 that made it here. And frankly, and as an industry and a country, we couldn't be more proud of you. And when I think about our industry today, as Marion said, I believe that the U.S. aerospace and defense industry has really led innovation in our country over the last century. You know, whether it was the first manned flight to space flight to the space shuttle, or everything we use in everyday life today, your iPhones, your iPads, the microelectronics that came out of it, for men that drive GPS so that we can actually get to where we want to go. But our industry really has led innovation, and the reason we've been able to do it are the generation of engineers that have gone through the industry. And we hope that you are that next generation of engineers, because you've shown that you can inspire us, much like Neil Armstrong inspired a generation, Jim Lovell inspired a generation. I think all of us as parents can sit here today and be truly inspired with what you've accomplished. So thank you very much.
Thank you to all of our speakers today. We have one final special award before we get down to business with the top 24 team. I would like Marion to join us on stage for a second. We have one true leader and visionary that is part of this event today, and we would like to honor him with a special award. So if Mr. Trip Barber would please come forward, and on behalf of the Aerospace Industries Association, please accept this in honor of your leadership and vision over the past 10 years from the Aerospace Industries Association. All right, now to get down to business. We're going to run through the top 24 teams. All of you will be invited to compete in NASA's SLI competition, Student Launch Initiative. It's taking rocketry to the next level, and it's a really amazing opportunity for you all to grow and increase those engineering skills. So not only can you work with the best and brightest in the DoD labs with Mr. Lumios, you can also show them a thing or two when you get there. All right. Starting with Team 24, St. Anthony's High School, Team number 2 out of South Huntington, New York. Team 23, Waverly Shell Rocket Engineering Club out of Waverly, Iowa. Team 22, Knight High School out of Palmdale, California. Team 21, Penn Manor High School, Team 2 out of Millersville, Pennsylvania. Team 20, St. Vincent St. Mary High School, Team 5 out of Akron, Ohio. Team number 19, Millington High School, Team 2, Millington, Michigan. Team number 18, Victory Christian Center School, Charlotte, North Carolina. Team number 17, Oak Park High School out of Oak Park, California. Team number 16, Madison West High School, Team 2 out of Madison, Wisconsin. Team number 15, Ingram High School, Team Foxtrot from Seattle, Washington. Team number 14, Goshen High School, Team number 2 from Goshen, Indiana. Team number 15, Lake Braddock Secondary School, Team 4 from Burke, Virginia, the hometown team. Team number 12 from Minster Local Schools, Team number 2, Minster, Ohio. And team number 11, Lucy Reed Franco Middle School from Presidio, Texas. It is my honor and privilege to now call out the 1st through 10th place team. Each of these teams, 4 through 10, will be receiving $2,000 for your rocketry program, in addition to the scholarships and prizes for the kids. Thanks to Lockheed Martin for that. They do a fantastic job with your extra scholarships. So, if team number 10 would please join me on stage with a score of 53.2, team number 13181, the Deptford Dazzlers 4-H Club out of Deptford, Michigan.
Way to go, guys. Good ride.
Let's hear it one more time.
You guys will squish together in the middle here. We're going to get a good picture. Guys, look right on here for us, please.
The ninth place team with a score of 49.31 today, team number 13004, Clayton High School out of Clayton, Missouri.
Father has it. Big team.
Great, everyone get together. Let's down here, please. All right.
The eighth place team with a score of 48.43, team number 13148 from Canterbury High School in Fort Wayne, Indiana. The seventh place team with a score of 43.49, team number 13103, the Greenvale School team number 3 out of Old Brookville.
Guys, there you go, guys. Good girls. Good girls. Girls, go get them.
The sixth place team with a score of 37.55, team number 13147 from Goshen High School, team number 1, Goshen, Indiana. Our fifth place team with a combined score of 36.94 from 13497, Liberty Middle School out of Madison, Alabama.
Oh, the other Alabama. This is not going to be
They say number 1, St. Anthony.
And our fourth place team with a combined score of 29.81 from team number 13044 from Spring Grove Area School District, team number 3. Spring Grove, Pennsylvania. And now down to the final three. Lockheed Martin has donated $5,000 to each of the first three programs, so each Rocket Club will be receiving $5,000. In addition to that, the third place team will receive $7,500. I would like to welcome to the stage Festus High School from Festus, Missouri, with a combined score of 25.81. Congratulations, Festus. Great work tonight. Our second place team will be receiving that $5,000 Rocket Club sponsorship from Lockheed Martin, as well as $8,500 to split between the teams. The Cougar School of Applied Technologies team number 3 came in today with a combined score of 22.04. Give it up for the team from San Antonio. Thought we lost the tail there for a minute, but I think we're okay.
All right.
And now for our new national champions, I'm going to turn it over to John Rood from Raytheon. He's the Vice President of Domestic Business Development for Raytheon, to tell you a little bit about Raytheon and introduce the team. John?
Well, thank you for that warm welcome. It's great to be here again at the Team America Rocketry Competition. I've had the pleasure of coming here the last 3 years and have really enjoyed seeing the inspiration that comes from this activity, the inspiration, if you will, from the perspiration and hard work all the teams put into these rockets that we get to see take off. I enjoy the event so much because of the impact you can see that it has on the participants. I bring my family, my wife Sandy, and daughter Sydney and son Jacob are here, and I'm hoping, frankly, a little bit of the inspiration might rub off on my kids before the day is out. Now, at Raytheon, we have the pleasure of sponsoring the winning team in the Team America Rocketry Competition for a trip to London, England at the Farnborough International Air Show this year. Now, for those that aren't familiar with Farnborough, this is the preeminent air show in the world, conducted every other year. They switch off with Paris, France, and for the last 7 of the last 10 years that the TARC competition has been conducted, Raytheon has had the pleasure of sponsoring the winning team to either go to Paris or the United Kingdom for those shows. The other thing that we do is we will sponsor the winning teams in the UK, the United Kingdom, as well as in France for a similar competition, and we'll fly them as well to the air show where we will have another competition amongst the 3 teams to see who is the best. And so we are certainly looking forward to that, and I look forward to seeing the winning team at Farnborough myself. Now, the reason we do this, of course, is, as has been mentioned, it is so important to us in the defense and aerospace industry to have America's best and brightest minds be attracted to that work. The country needs our top talent to be pushing the frontier further and further out in high technology areas for the defense of our country and for our economic well-being. We do a number of other things at Raytheon. If you're at Walt Disney World in Florida, in Orlando, go by the Innoventions area. There is a ride that Raytheon sponsors called the Sum of All Thrills. You can go and design your ride, whether it's a bobsled or a roller coaster or a jet airplane. It'll be imprinted on a card, and then you'll go put it in a simulator, and you can fly the ride that you have created for yourselves. We also do some things. If you go online, Math Moves You is something you can compete in. It's a competition online. If you're here for a little while in the Washington, D.C. area, down at the Smithsonian, we're sponsoring an exhibit called Math Alive, interactive, to try to stimulate greater interest. And in Orlando today, there's a similar event called Math Counts. So without further ado, though, let me just go ahead and say congratulations to the winning team. And the winning team this year is from Madison West High School in Madison, Wisconsin. Please come to the stage. One of the great things about Madison West is that their mentor, Chris Hager, coached another team in 2009 to win this trophy as well, and went to the Paris Air Show. And, you know, if you talk about inspiring others, Tashi Atrasong, his older brother, won this competition in 2009. That's the reason he got inspired to do this kind of activity. So, on behalf of the 71,000 employees at Raytheon and 40,000 engineers, we look forward to seeing you at the Farnborough Air Show. Congratulations.
And as you remember, or many of you may remember, the Japan Association of Rocketry flew with us last year, and as a gesture of international friendship, they had the Japanese Space Agency send over a prize for the first place team here, a Japanese space booster model, and I'd like to present it on behalf of the Japan Space Agency.
Congratulations again to Madison West. Let's hear it for them one more time. One very technical piece of information before we go. There is a barbecue dinner immediately following this event. It is back in the big tent back there where you guys had lunch today. It is delicious. Please come and join us. Also, how many of you am I going to see back here next year? Let's hear that. I can't wait to see you, and thank you for making the 10th annual Team America Rocketry Challenge a special one. We'll see you next year.
Stop! Oh my god! Did you do it on purpose?
So guys, I just wanted to say one last little thing. Somebody we never get a chance to thank because he's always busy. He's back here. We got Bob Rankin of Willis Sound. He's the guy who makes us all sound so great. He works like a dog every year. And I'd like to give him a round of applause for his good work. And again, all of the folks from Great Meadows and good work out this field. Now, Billy, it's that way.